Wilson FX here, and this is literally another trade breakdown BTC USD. This is how I took my trade on BTC. So normally, based on how I trade, I do inducement entries and liquidity entries. So as you can see, I've represented my inducement here as a magnet. Liquidity is literally fuel. Understand? Liquidity attracts price. Okay, so wherever there is liquidity, that is where price gets to. Okay, so first of foremost, my key level, I actually wanted to take this trade from this breaker block over here. I wanted to take a trade from here, and I would have used from the wick over here. Then this would have been my entry. Okay, this would have been my entry. This would be my inducement. This would have been my inducement. Okay, this would have been my inducement, but instead of that, I missed the entry. Okay, I missed the main entry. So the move, as you can see, the move had already started. So fast forward, this other block over here failed and it became a breaker block. So I marked it using the trend line over here. Then price went ahead to create an inducement. As always, that is what I always expect price to do. If a breaker or an order block is being taken out, price comes back to this to fill this failed order block or a breaker block. In other words, it comes back to create an inducement for it, takes out this high, price comes back to take out the inducement, taps into the breaker, then up. Okay, that is literally the move. So this would have been my POI. Okay, and this over here would have been my inducement. That is the same thing I did over here, but in other words, I kept my entry at this point after price took out this breaker block over here and came to create this inducement. When I saw price approaching this inducement level, I just kept my entry there, and my stop loss was below this single candle order block. Okay, this is a single candle order block. My stop loss was just below. This is a breaker. So in case price is even to use this breaker fully, it's not even going to reach let's say 70%. Okay, it's not even going to enter deeply. Okay, it will just use a tip of it and up. In other words, liquidity is full. Okay, liquidity is full. Price just literally took out my inducement, as I always do. Price is not after your POI. I see this always. Price is always after your inducement or your liquidity. Price looks for liquidity, or price seeks liquidity. So it is liquidity you should always look out for. Okay, so I just kept my entry at the liquidity level, then targeted this previous Asian high. Then my TP was smashed. This is literally almost 5R. Okay, 4.77. Okay, this is almost 5RR. So this is literally a breaker and an inducement. This is it. Okay, is the entry model over here. The same thing, as you can see, but price didn't use the POI. Okay, which means my POI became useless. Price just took out the inducement, then up. Okay, that is one model you can be using, whether bullish or bearish. In a bullish market, in a bearish market too, you can do same. Okay, if an order block fails, or price breaks through like this, expect price to create an inducement, come down, takes out the low, then comes back to take out the inducement, uses your breaker block, sometimes it wouldn't use. Okay, it depends on the movement price is using to approach that particular level. Okay, but most of the times it's better to put your entry at the inducement levels. You just put it at the inducement level, price takes it out, then down. Okay, this is a bearish scenario, this is a bullish scenario, and this is a bearish scenario. So very simple. Okay, breaker, this is a breaker over here. This was the same thing I was applying. Okay, this was the same thing I was seeing. So in this situation, this breaker over here was serving as my key level. Then price came back, created this breaker for me over here. I marked, waited for price to create an inducement. It did, created the inducement. I marked it as an inducement and kept my entry there, targeted the previous Asian high. That is also liquidity. Okay, there's liquidity sitting here, and fast forward, I smashed my TP back to over $200. Okay, so thank you for watching. Follow, subscribe for more videos. Thank you.